life really. Real life, no pretending. Every season, every moment, we're choosing how we live it. Curated on purpose. We talk it out, we grow through it. Take a breath, lean into it. Let's live life.
Hey, it's your girl Candy J. Welcome back to Curated on Purpose, the podcast where where intention meets authenticity. This is a space for real conversation about mindset, growth, faith, money, and the moves that we make on purpose. Today's episode is special. I'm sitting down with my brother, and we'll be talking about mindset before money, because before money, there's always bills. And we will be talking about Bitcoin as well as boss moves and what the thinking is behind and all of that. But also we will discuss some other things. But first, I want to first introduce my brother. So check it out. I'm gonna take all that out because that's crazy. All right. So today I have a very special guest, my brother. He is known for his humor, his humility, and unmatched drive. He truly wears his heart on his sleeve. I believe that openness is what fuels his passion, pushes him to move with purpose in everything that he does. Let me introduce to you Lamar Wilson, who I affectionately call Bubby. If you know, you know. So,
What's up? What's up? How you doing?
I'm well, but I ain't done with you yet. So, oh yeah, because I had to give you some more. So,
Okay.
so some know him as Mar, others know him as Big Mar. But however you know him, he's the same person that will motivate you, challenge you on how you think, and turn every conversation into a lesson about freedom and purpose. And let me say this plainly: if you don't want the truth, don't ask Lamar. What you see is truly what you get. Lamar is based in Lexington, Kentucky. Lamar is an OG Bitcoiner, serial entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and the founder of Black Bitcoin Billionaires, a global Bitcoin education platform and community focused in financial literacy, ownership, and access, especially in communities where those conversations haven't been available or welcomed. He has been featured on platforms such as the Breakfast Club. He taught on the Bitcoin Academy launched by Block and Jay-Z. He's traveled every continent except for South America and Australia, and also has appeared on a Deal or No Deal season 2, episode 35. Rooted in legacy of his grandfather, Francis Wilson, discipline and resilience runs deep. Through it all, he remains a devoted husband, an amazing father to 3 beautiful adult children, and deeply humbled at his core. And always committed to breaking cycles, thinking long term, and moving intentional. And I don't know what else other to say about that, but I am proud, and with my chest stuck out, I'm incredibly proud to introduce to you all my brother, Lamar.
What is going on? I'm so sorry I cut you off early. You know I don't like to hear about myself much. You could just say Lamar and I've been fine, but I appreciate it. I definitely do. It was probably one of the best introductions, especially coming from one of my favorite people, because I can't say favorite because, we have an issue sometimes. People be saying favorite. But listen, Candace, I am so proud of you. Like, super proud of you. Before we even get started, like, I can't even fathom how proud I am of you. I talk about you all the time. So I appreciate you doing this, and anytime you need me, I'm there, period. So that's my introduction of you, sister.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, like I said, if you want to know the truth, ask Lamar. And not only ask Lamar, if you have questions or need some advice about something, he is not going to just like patty cake you or tell you things that don't make sense. He's going to stop. He's going to really dig deep into it and really try to help you. So, yeah. So me and Lamar are in-laws, but we don't
Yes.
talk that.
No,
We
that's my
call
sister.
Right, exactly. And hey, nope,
Yeah.
not gonna happen. So basically, Lamar and I have known each other over 20 years. We're getting old. I always was the youngest and the spring chicken, but something has happened. and I don't know what's happened, but it's all good. It's called life, but hey, we're living. Yesterday I was talking to a woman on my job, and she said her birthday. She had the same birthday as I have, May the 3rd. She was upset because she said I'm just starting to get old and I don't like it, and she was 33 years old.
What?
And I said, 33? I said, baby, you ain't even hit 40 yet. I said, but not only that, I said, every birthday is a blessing. I said,
Amen.
and I do love my birthday, as we all know. But with that being said, every birthday is a blessing. So we're getting older, so we're still here. So what I would like to start off with is I would like to start off with some questions. They're more like icebreakers. The first question would be, before we get into Bitcoin and all the fancy stuff, we're just going to talk about you. We're not going to
Okay.
talk about that. But and Lamar has a website, which is lamarwilson.com. And he is writing on this website, and check it out. It's a bomb. Because I also got some information about his bio from, and I know he had been to every continent except for two. So I thought that was an amazing thing to add. Um, so the first question that I would like to ask is, let's see, I gotta give you something good. Okay, so we are both big on marriage. We love our spouses, and I think it's important to never forget that they are always somewhere helping or doing something in the back, right? So, for example, my husband bought the equipment, and we're thankful for that. So, the first question is about marriage would be, I want you to finish this sentence.
Okay.
A successful marriage requires love, respect, and
Honesty.
honesty. Why?
Because that's the whole thing. If you don't have honesty, you pretty much don't have anything, because you got to be able to stand on the truth to move forward. If you lying to each other about anything, like, it'll come up. It's going to come back, especially if y'all trying to stay together. You could be lying about another person that you with, talking to. You could be lying about your finances. You could be lying about a whole bunch of stuff, but it's going to come back. What's done in the dark comes to light. So you might as well just be honest off top. And also, honesty allows you to work through things together. See, when you're dishonest, that's because you're trying to work through something by yourself, and you're too ashamed to let somebody else let your other half in. And that's crazy, because the whole point is to be whole. So I say honesty.
Um, I totally agree. Honesty is really what it is. And sometimes even not only I think honesty, but also the fact of pride. Put your pride down. Put your pride aside and really show who you are. Now, of course, everybody don't show all their orneriness at first. I know that. But at the same time, you've got to be who you are, because it's not beneficial 10 years later to be like, now who was this?
Right.
Um,
Yeah, that's
so
what you got to be honest about yourself.
you do, you
You got to
do.
be honest
And
about who
everybody's still
you are.
growing. And
Right.
everybody's still growing, even in marriage and even in life. Because if you, as myself and Lamar, we both got married very young. There's a lot of growing, and sometimes you're like, am I growing apart? Are we growing together? Am I growing bigger? Is she not here, or is he not here? Like, is there so many aspects, and with raising children and finances and all the things. So, the next one is about marriage is, the real test of marriage is when.
Man, the real test of marriage. To be honest, I think the real test of marriage is at the very, very beginning, because marriage is a commitment. And this is what I'm going to say. Most people think you got to have trust before commitment. They think, well, once I trust you, then I'll commit to you. But that ain't really how it works. How it really works is I commit and say I'm going to stay here, and then trust is built. Like, you learn to trust your spouse. So it's very difficult at the beginning to be able to trust that this person is going to be there for you through thick and thin. But you got to commit to it if that's what you're going to do. And then once you commit those things, you start to grow together. Like Candace was saying, that's me. I think that's probably the toughest part, is just at the very beginning, having the mindset that you're never going to quit. I know my wife, she always has this thing. If we get in an argument, she might say something like, go on in the other room. I'm going to be here when you finish. Like, she say stuff like that, right? Like, you ain't going nowhere. She always says that. We can be mad, but you ain't going nowhere. That's what she always says. So that's the truth. Like, if you committed, you just go in the other room, get yourself together, and then you come back and talk when you ain't in that, in that state of mind. So.
Yep. That's real good, because that's the truth. And I just think back of just family functions that we've had. And if there is a dispute between you and your wife, Sharice, my sister, what happens is she'll distract you. Touch my arm, touch my shoulder.
She don't say that. She say touch.
She says touch a titty.
Yes, that's what
she says. And so, but I promise you, when she says touch a titty, it's over, and we're moving on to something else. So
right.
I love the relationship that I see. I've seen it from the bottom up and through a little glass, but I'm telling you, if I could say the real testament of marriage and what it looks like for our generation, I believe that you and Sharice could definitely talk about it.
Well, thank you.
You are welcome. You are very welcome, because marriage is hard. Marriage is hard. It is hard. It is hard. But at the same time, I think at the end of the day, it's worth it.
Marriage is just really hard because it ain't got nothing to do with your spouse. Marriage got everything to do with you. Like, you got to get yourself in a state of mind. And the reason why you have issues with your spouse is because you haven't realized who they are. And so you want them to be something that they not. And so you constantly fighting with it, not realizing that it's all about you compromising. What are you willing to give, right? Like, it's all about what you able to give up, not about, what they need to change into. And I think that's what this new generation, they feel like everybody got to be a certain thing beforehand. Mm-hmm. But the truth is, you shouldn't be with a person for what you think they're going to become. You should be with a person for who they are, because what they become is going to be even greater if y'all grow together. Because what they become requires something different when it's two together. You know what I'm saying? It's like Transformers.
Yeah, that's very much
Voltron. Yeah, Voltron. That might be dating myself. People don't know what Voltron is. It's the 80s, baby.
I mean, it is what it is, really. You're old, we're old.
Right.
When I hear date of births every day, I'm like, did you say you were born in 96? Like,
right.
You're little. But anyway, so then the next thing that I would like to say is we're going to start getting into mindset now. But I really like these finish the sentence kind of questions instead of just like a question, because I feel like it kind of, it takes the pressure off and it puts more of this a thought. So before I get to that, I did have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I'll wait because it fits into the mindset. Okay. So,
okay.
Let's see. Let's do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay, so the mindset shift that changed everything for me was
that the world is not scarce. That things in the world, there's no scarcity in God. That God is abundant. To know that anything that you want, anything that you want to do, anything you want to have, it's all in God, and He is the one that provides the abundance. Because the thing that I understood at first was that there ain't enough jobs, or somebody's holding me from it, or this man or the white man going all this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And what I did was I switched my mind to start believing that everything I have is all that I need. So once you get to a point of gratitude, everything above that is abundance, right? Once you say everything I have is all that I need, then anything added, anything extra, anywhere you go, any places you go that you didn't think you could go, or any money that you get that you didn't think you was going to get, it's all going to be abundance. That's what abundance is. But you got to have a set of gratitude first. You got to be thankful for where you are and where you at. And I think that was the biggest point and change for me, is realizing that I have enough, I am enough, and that God's grace is sufficient. You figure that out, everything else is just like it becomes a cakewalk, because it's just all fun from that point, right?
Okay. That's really good. You're not gonna have me like my eyes sweating or anything to that capacity today. We're gonna, I'm gonna stay like.
Hey, go on, do what you gotta do. I mess around, cry on a dime. It don't matter. Don't matter to me.
I know. And so the question that I was gonna ask previously is, what would you tell your 18-year-old self?
Dang, because I got married at 19.
I know.
So I would tell my 18-year-old self, calm down a little bit. I would literally tell my 18-year-old self to, whatever it is that you have on your heart to do, go after it very hard. Because just because it didn't happen don't mean it wasn't supposed to be gone after. A lot of times the things that God puts on your heart are going to be hard. They're going to be difficult, because the only way that he moves is through faith. It says without faith, it's impossible to please him. So if you want to please him, you got to have faith. And faith requires you doing things that you can't see the end of. See, that's the problem. A whole lot of times we get caught up where we got to see it to do it. When the truth is, a lot of times God just wants you to go, and then he'll show you. He just wants you to go. He wants you to move. Once you move, it's almost like a sensor in the garage. You know how they got the little sensor on the side, and if the door's coming down and you pass the sensor, it stops. That's God. It's God. It's like he got a faith sensor. Matter of fact, if you listen to even Jesus in the Bible, what do he always say? And I ain't gonna get to preaching on here, but what do he always say? He always like, your faith has made you whole. Your faith, like the woman touched the hem of his garment, she was made whole. It had nothing to do with her having to do some miraculous thing, or she didn't have to flip, and she didn't have to be good for 12 months or nothing like that. She just had to have faith. And when that faith sensor hits God, boy, stuff moves. So that's what I think I would tell my 18-year-old self. Like, don't look at the situations around you as obstacles, and don't even look at them as bad. People say when bad things happen to you. Well, if you're in God, there is no bad thing that happens to you, because it says all things work together for good. All. So ain't nothing really bad. Mm-hmm. It's just that our mindset about it, you think it's bad, but it's not bad. People say, well, such and such died. Well, that was part of it. Right. We can't question God. So whatever happens around you and to you is for you. But there's a caveat, you have to be in God. It says, for all things work together for good for them that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. And that's what Candace's whole show is about, is trying to make sure you understand your purpose. So you understand your purpose, and if you call to the purpose of God and you following that, everything works for your good. Your mistakes, your failures, it was what Fantasia say, it was necessary.
It was necessary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, you gonna give me preaching on her, Candace.
And so that's so funny, because in the last year or two, one scripture that will always come to me when I'm doubting something. God said all we have to have is a mustard seed of faith. Do y'all realize how small a mustard seed is? It's like, it's small. If you haven't seen
it's minute.
I mean, it's like, it's little. But basically that comes from Matthew 17:20 verse 21. But what I'm saying is that small mustard seed has taken me so far, because even in that doubt, I'm like, man, I don't know, I'm just really discouraged. But then I'm like, just sitting there, and the Lord will say, all I said was a mustard seed.
Yeah.
That's all I'm requiring. And so once you get that mindset of all I'm requiring of you is a mustard seed, I think that is shifting, and it's life changing.
Oh, the crazy thing, Candace, is that the whole thing about mustard seed and being so small, it's a very small measure. But if you ever seen mustard grow, have you ever seen like a mustard seed grow? Matter of fact, I'm not even going to go into it. I want your audience to go look at what mustard seed does when it grows. Like, all I'm saying is that that's a very small seed, but that seed grows into more, right? It's like once you believe and lean on God and see that it works, now you like, oh, I'm gonna do it again. That was good. I'm gonna do it. And that's how your faith grows. You start to get to the point where you start to trust God. Again, like I was talking about, you first commit to God, taste and see. And then what happens is that he'll show you that you can trust him. And even the people that was with him, Candace, they was with him every single day, saw all the miracles. They saw everything that he did. Soon as the ship got to rocking just a little bit, they got nerve enough to be afraid, and he's down in the bottom sleep. You with Jesus on the boat. Jesus ain't doing, he knows all, he is all, he has all, and he's in the bottom of the boat, knocked out sleep. He ain't worried about the storm, but you with Jesus are afraid of the storm. Wow. And that's how God talks to me now. I told my son this, I said, God called me nigga sometimes. I'm not lying to you. Right. He be like, nigga, where your faith? And I'll be like, and I just laugh. Sharice, she probably peeps me sometimes. I just start laughing because sometimes you get down in it and then you like, what am I doing? Why am I even getting down in it? If I look around and everything's so beautiful, the fact that that's enough. The fact that I can breathe in it, that's enough. So it's like that kind of thing. And once you get to that point and you realize like I'm on his path, he start talking to you like, oh, ye a little faith. Same way he talked to them. Oh, ye a little faith. Where your faith at? I thought you said I'm with you, but go ahead. Girl, I'm telling you, look, I'm trying.
I love it. Take your time.
I'm trying.
Listen, don't feel cut off because we got all the time, okay? So the next part we're gonna talk about is gonna be Bitcoin. We're gonna go to Bitcoin for a little bit.
Okay.
With Bitcoin, I want to first say I'm sorry.
You sorry? What you sorry for?
I'm sorry that I was young and immature and didn't believe in the vision. I'm sorry. But hey, here we are.
Yeah, it's your journey.
Yep. And so what would you say? Hold on, let me get my question. Okay. So the biggest mistake beginners make with Bitcoin is?
The beginners make with Bitcoin. Most people don't even believe Bitcoin. I think the biggest thing is that they push it off before actually learning. I think that's with everything though. I think people don't investigate enough. Like, I'm not telling you to believe everything that somebody tells you, but there's a saying in Bitcoin, a philosophy that says don't trust but verify, because that's how the Bitcoin blockchain works. And I think that's what should happen when you hear about something like a Bitcoin. Don't trust what somebody's telling you. Go and find and do your research on your own. And when you come into an understanding of it, then make a move. Then you buy Bitcoin. You don't just buy it because somebody told you to buy it. Because what'll happen is that you'll sell it before you need to sell it. I've been in Bitcoin for 13 years.
Wow.
So it's like I've been in the game so long that I've seen the price go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And most people are not going to hold through all the up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, downs. They just not. Because they don't really understand what it is and they give it. They don't really understand the philosophy behind it. All they look at is the money that's associated with it, right? So, so through all that get an understanding.
Exactly. And I think that a lot of times with goals and things that people do, including myself, it used to be that way of microwave. Everything come fast. Let's get it. Okay, I put some money in. I want to see the outcome. All right, 5 minutes, right? But 5 minutes is just not enough for what you have to do. And you know, at this day and age and time, we have so many tools and access to so many things online that you really can teach yourself if you know where to look. And but not only look, but um, you're gonna have to have a team because you cannot have a dream without a team. And I would tell you that Stephen Kaufman told me that one day, and I was like, okay, because when you try to do it all yourself, it's gonna fall. It's going to because you're only one person. So if you don't have a team, you have a dream, and I know you have a team. So teamwork makes the dream work.
Oh yeah. The number one team is your spouse, your
Like
family.
Therese.
And if your captain ain't God, then you're on the wrong squad.
Period. So the next question or next sentence will be financial freedom starts when you stop.
That's a heck of a question. Financial freedom starts when you stop shackling yourself.
Wow.
Because a lot of people shackle themselves in debt. They shackle themselves in consumer goods, things that have no value after you buy them. You are shackling yourself. Freedom comes from having a storehouse, being able to make decisions when you have opportunities, right? But if you don't have no money set aside when the opportunity comes about, then you've shackled yourself and it's hard for you to become free. So I think freedom starts when you stop shackling yourself. Ain't nobody else doing it. My wife and I, we started literally on food stamps and WIC. Straight up. Candace knows what's up. We lived in income-based housing. Matter of fact, I don't even know if Parkway Plaza even exists no more. Back there behind Jordan. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. We used to live in income-based housing, my wife and I. Like, that's how we started. And people would say, oh, well, you can't come about a poverty. Listen, again, if you don't shackle yourself, if you don't live above your means, those kind of things, right? Stay in your lane. I live in the same crib I bought when I was 25. Straight up. And you know who I got that from, Candace? Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, billionaire, still live in the same house he bought when he was 30. That's the kind of stuff. Don't shackle yourself. That's how financial freedom starts. Okay. So you got these good questions, girl. I be going in. I got to make sure I stop myself.
Hey, I be listening. I'm listening. And I'm sure everybody else is gonna listen. They're listening. They're gonna love what they hear. Let me see. What I was thinking about as you were speaking about, not shackling yourself to things, and having an open mind about things. And I've been told by several people in my life that you always doing something. You're always doing something. You always shifting something, changing something, doing something. And what I used to take that as a negative, and I turned that around to positive. I'm doing something. I'm trying to do something. Something's gonna shake. Something's gonna stick. But
Right.
you gotta start something before nothing. You're not gonna get nothing from nothing. So nothing plus nothing equals nothing.
Right.
So in order for us to have something, you gotta try. You gotta try. You gotta step out that on faith. And as I always say, you gotta do it afraid. Okay.
Yeah, that's
And,
it.
and as my podcast statement is, let's live on purpose. Let's live on purpose. If we live on purpose, then we've done our best. We're trying our best, and we're trying to do what is meaningful and fulfilling. But first of all and foremost, what pleases God.
Yeah,
So
and don't be afraid to fail in that either. If you live it on purpose, you're doing your best. Fail, go to the next thing. Because the truth is, it really ain't a failure. It's really a lesson. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. So, yeah, I like that. Live on purpose. Live on purpose. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
so
We both over here like,
like
yeah.
woo. But yeah, so the talking about breakdowns and lessons learned. Um, let's talk about the breakdown that led you to your biggest boss move. What was it?
Man, it would be me losing 2 Cold Stone Creameries. That was the biggest thing. I mean, here I was, had a degree from UK. I was working at the ice cream store. I was in college. I was basically, $6.50 an hour employee, scraping up floor sinks and doing all that. And I wound up getting to the point where I built myself up to be able to buy them in about 3 years. So I bought them on owning 2 franchises at 25. And 2 years later, they was gone that quick. And I thought it was the end of the world, because ever since I had my son, there's one scripture that always sit with me, and it says, a good man leave an inheritance to his children's children. And so that's always been my goal. I just want to leave an inheritance to my children's children, because that's what the Bible said, make up a good man. So I thought Cold Stone was part of that. So here I am. I always call my first real business, even though I did a lot of hustles before that, was a duplex. I had a duplex, had a nice car, had a family home, the one I told you I bought. And I had and I had the 2 Cold Stones. And Cold Stone took out almost everything. Matter of fact, it took out everything except for the family home. So I had built all of that up and lost all of it in the span of about 2 years. And it was mostly because of something that I could not control, which makes it hurts even worse, because you couldn't do nothing about it. When the movie theater left Lexington Green, which is a shopping center, my Cold Stone was probably like right up the block, so to speak, 6 doors up from the movie theater. So of course we got a lot of traffic from that. But then when they moved about a mile across the street behind the mall, and they put another ice cream store over there, then people would leave the movie theater to go to the ice cream store, so they weren't coming to mine anymore. And my sales dropped tremendously. So much so that we could not pay bills. We were barely keeping the other building afloat. So we wound up taking a big hit. And I thought that was the end. I was like, there's no way I'm getting back from this. I done had to get rid of my house, my car. My duplex, my car. I done got into crazy behind on this business loan. There's no way I'm coming back. And I literally thought about offering myself every single day. But in the midst of it, while I owned Cold Stone, I had started a skateboard company with a guy who worked for me, because I didn't know anything about skateboarding. And outside, we used to just ride them down the hill on our stomach. We didn't even really ride them for real. As kid, he worked for me, and he was a star, like a little local star. All the kids would come down and ask him to do tricks. And so I was like, gotta be something in it. So I went to the skate park and wound up starting a business, because they said there wasn't even really too many local brands. And I saw this guy was like a star. So I was like, we use him. We can sell skateboards because the kids won't be like him. So that's what we did. But that led me to have to try to get a website together. And the dudes that was supposed to do my website stiffed me. And so I had to learn how to do it myself. But again, in the midst of that, we were on tour. Matter of fact, I'm telling the story so fast. I ain't never told it this fast. I usually take my time because I'm trying to get to what you said. I taught myself how to program. And me teaching myself how to program is what set me on a trajectory for the rest of my life, to do all the other things that I did. Because learning how to program sent me to California, taught me about Bitcoin. Bitcoin got me to build a wallet, and everything kept going from there. So that was I was at my lowest of low. I don't know if anybody's ever been that depressed, but I was so depressed, I was hallucinating, like literally hallucinating. And it's like my mind couldn't get right. And I have a family history of some mental illness. And so what I went through probably could have broken me, to be honest. So yeah, that was probably my biggest breakdown, was when I had a breakdown. I literally had a true breakdown. And by the grace of God, I was able to pick up a skill in the midst of my breakdown that wound up carrying me the whole rest of, like, that was 2007. I learned how to program 2007. And what we in 25, 18 years. I've been doing nothing but pretty much programming.
It all leads back to the beginning, right?
Yeah.
It all leads back to the beginning, because it does. Things do build, and sometimes, we're doing things, and I'm sure somebody's probably said to you, Lamar, you're always doing something. Lamar, what you doing now?
Yeah, always.
Uh-huh. And then they're like, oh, Lamar, you got $5?
What's the opposite of that, though, Candace? That's what's so funny to me. So when somebody says, you always doing something, why don't you return to them and be like, you ain't never doing nothing.
I have.
Which one sounds better, right? To be doing something? Because maybe the people that keep asking us, you always doing something, maybe they feel insecure because they not.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's what it is.
It really is. And so, because guess what? There's somebody watching. There's somebody that's watched your failures. There's somebody that's watched you grow. There's somebody that if I didn't do something, they wouldn't have started. If you didn't do something, same thing. So in our failures, when we think they're big failures, people are watching, and you may be somebody's biggest inspiration. I'll tell you personally, I'm proud. I am so proud. I've seen it. I get to say that Lamar's my big brother. Come on. And when my children can be like, you can Google my uncle. Look at him. Look at him with Big Bird right here. But, you know, we could talk about Big Bird.
Yeah, you gonna have me crying. You better stop real quick. I won't be able to finish this thing. Cause no, seriously, like the thing is that I wrote a piece today on my blog talking about salty cornflakes. That really took me back to that time. And not kids, it wasn't even kids then. Journey, and she was baby infant basically. Even you being pregnant and me like propping your feet up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I don't know, that kind of stuff. Family and being around people like that is really what brought me out of all of it. Right, realizing that depression and all of that is a selfish thought. Like the reason why you depressed is because you're thinking about you and what you haven't done and where you haven't gotten to and all of that. But then when you look up and realize all of these people around you, like there are people that you are inspiring, you don't even realize it because you're too focused on yourself. There are kids, like all them kids used to love, all my niece, nephew, all of them used to love coming over to the house. Like Journey used to love coming to the house. All them kids we used to take to the park, they used to love, my little cousins, Devontae and all of them, they used to love coming to the house. And I used to take them out, and all they wanted to do was be around Uncle Ma. Right? Yeah, exactly. So it's like when you realize that you're here for more than yourself, it's hard to be depressed. Because you're not here for you, we here for us. We all are here for us together. Like you said, as a team, it requires a team. And I think for me, like getting into those bad moments and hearing you say that you was proud of me and that I inspired you, I appreciate it. Because everybody don't always say it, right? Everybody don't always just say it. Like some people want to hold it back. Listen, if there's anybody who is like, don't feel like I did it because I never feel like I did it. People are like, Lamar, thanks, bro. No, all I did was plant the seed. You had to act on it. You did the majority of the work. Like me, that's why I said I'd rather lead by inspiration than lead by ordering. Because at the end of the day, I want people to realize that it was them and God that did it, and all I did was just provided a muse, maybe. Like I provided, I know I can. That's like I was at a billionaire's house and everybody was partying. Yeah, that's all I want to be. I was at a billionaire's party and everybody was like, you know, it was a nice little day party. Everybody was partying, eating food, swimming. And I went into that man's living room and sat down with nobody else in there with me. And I just sat down and I looked around the room and I said, the fact that I'm in this room right now and I can touch this man's couch. Right. And I can look at his art. Right. It's like, it's possible. I guess the only thing I was thinking, I don't know what everybody else was thinking outside, but I was just in there, like in my thoughts, like, and I just started thinking about where I grew up. I started thinking about everything like, dog, I am sitting in this man's house and he's one of the greatest investors the world known. Right. And I'm here on his couch and guess what? He invested in me. Mm-hmm. It's possible, right? That's the kind of stuff that just like blows me away. That's the kind of stuff that, like, hopefully I can inspire people through that. And then I'm not saying that I'm all that for me even being there, because I was just there. There was other people there with me too. But all I'm saying is Jace, Journey, all my nieces and nephews, y'all can do it too. Like, straight up. And man, anyway, let's go. Let's keep going.
And here's the thing, like, what I love, Lamar, about you the most is, well, one of the things I could keep going. I could probably just talk about you the whole time, but what I do love about you the most is that even though you're doing things, you move in silence. You don't talk about it, you be about it. Like, the Bible talks about rejoicing with those that rejoice, with others. That might not be how you say it, but that scripture sticks with me, because I'm like, guess what? If I cheer for you, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I might cheer for me, but somebody gonna cheer. And when they cheer, guess what? Mine is gonna be on the way. I may not have it now, but mine's on the way.
Mm-hmm.
If Lamar can do it, I can do it. If Sharice can do it, I can do it.
Mm-hmm. That's why I tell people, congratulate somebody today. Because that's just proof. That's all it is. It's evidence, right? That what the old preacher say? That God is in the neighborhood. That's real though.
Ooh, so yeah. So there is what do you call it? I don't know. You keep talking about Lamar is a preacher too, by the way, in case anybody didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's very churchy.
Yes.
But it is so funny. But
I mean, I've been reading scripture since I was 5.
Right.
Like,
and so the song that also has been one of my songs lately is I Feel Like Going On. The trials come on every hand.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then the very first song that I sung in first grade, I believe. It was a big song to be in first grade, I'm gonna be honest. It was They Said I Wouldn't Make It.
You were singing that at 6? Who said you wouldn't make it? The kids at the playground?
I was thinking with the mass choir at
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, could you imagine a little kid? Like, who said you weren't gonna make it? The people up at free lunch, like, who said you weren't gonna be here today? Girl, I want to talk to you. Let's sit down, 6-year-old. What in the world is going on in your life?
Listen, but just thinking about that song, They Said I Wouldn't Make It. The words alone, they said I wouldn't make it. They said I wouldn't be here today. They said I never amount to anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad to say that I'm on my way and I'm growing more and more each day. Though I've been talked about, though I've been criticized,
Mm-hmm.
though I had to wipe many tears from my eyes, I'm still
holding on
to his hand. So that's where we at. Ooh-wee. The 6-year-old, why was she singing that? Listen, I sung what they told me to sing. Okay?
That's so funny. I always think about that, because little kids can sing too. When them little kids, they can sing. I wish I had seen you do that. When they can sing, they can sing. But then the stuff they be singing about, it's like,
I don't even know what we was talking about.
Yeah. 'Tis the old ship of Zion. You fine. That's a training though, right? Train up a child. You just recited that whole verse. Mm-hmm. If you ain't sing it, you might not even remember it.
Very much so true.
And I bet it talks to you now, don't it?
Don't it? And look, and I can cry with it too.
Mm-hmm.
But it is. So let me see. We've shifted the whole conversation. Let me see what I got.
Yeah, no. We was talking about Bitcoin, and we was talking about I don't know what else. Girl, it's the thing. This podcast is me and you talking, and I appreciate it.
Okay, let me see. Okay, so with all of your endeavors that you are in and everything that you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
How would you like people to support you, or what do you have coming up next, or
Well, I mean, listen, I just been building stuff lately. I'm back in my building bag. I had been out doing a lot of social stuff, building communities and stuff like that with Black Bitcoin Billionaire, what we did with Coinda. Like I had been doing that for a while, and I'm back on it. But listen, I love developing software. Like I love it. That's like my thing. When I was a kid, I wanted to be an inventor, and I realized, okay, I'm not gonna go off, but I realized God has given me everything I asked for in my whole life. Like the house that I'm in is right down the street from where my mom grew up. So that means I used to go to my grandmother's all the time. And I used to ride past the house. The first thing I used to say is, I wonder what it looked like in there. Because my house is made of something different than everybody else's. But when I was little, I used to be like, that house is different. I wonder what it looks like. And then it got to, that's going to be my house. I started saying that. That's going to be my house. And it has been my house for 20 years. Like real talk. It's like that. My wife asked for a wonderful wife, a God-fearing wife. I asked for God-fearing children. I asked to travel the world. I done been to everywhere. Matter of fact, it's even funny. You said I was on Deal or No Deal. I was watching Deal or No Deal with my mom at her house. And I said, man, I'd love to get on that show. I got on the show.
Like the power of the tongue. It's the power.
It's God.
Has power, and God has power in those words.
God has done that my entire life. I wanted to raise money from VC. I raised money from VC. I wanted to own a franchise. I owned a franchise. I wanted to own real estate and flip houses. Me and Sharice, when we were broke as a joke, when we had cable, because where we were staying the first time, we had cable. Before we moved to the income base, that was my college housing that I was staying in. Where we had cable. It was like paid for with everything. And me and her used to watch HD TV. And we would sit there and we would say, man, I'm not going to do it. We would say, one day we going to flip houses. We would say that. We'd be like, man, one day we going to see how she's doing that. And so me and her would watch all these designer shows and all of this stuff on HGTV. And guess what? We flipped houses. So everything God has heard me say, and I say something all the time now, I ain't going to say it on your podcast. I'll tell you when we talk. But I say something all the time now because I'm like, look, God, this is a big one, but I believe. Because I've seen what you've done in my life. Here's what's so crazy. When I was a kid, I mean, not even a kid, when I was in college, even when I was out of school, like I had to drop out for a while because I had a son and I need to work. I used to have Harvard on my like wallpaper, like Harvard Business School. Because I was like, man, I'm going to go to Harvard Business School the whole nine. And the funny thing is that me developing software actually got me to, so if anybody knows how Harvard and MIT, they're right next to each other. I've spoken at MIT 2 times on software development, and I don't have a degree in engineering.
Wow.
So I've been able to go look over across the way and see Harvard. Did I go to Harvard? No, but I spoke at MIT twice. See, God, because that's the other thing I was explaining this to my son today. Some of the stuff that we go through and we don't achieve, we can't just say it's just, oh, it is what it is. It was our decision not to do that. I didn't put in an application at Harvard. Who's to say I wouldn't have got into Harvard? I never put an application in. Right? So that's my faith. That's my lack of faith that stopped me from getting into the thing that I seen on my TV. I mean, on my computer screen. But for everything else, like if I had just moved, like I said, it's like the sensor. It's like God. Oh, it's like a alarm goes off in heaven. Lamar done stepped out on faith. Get going, get going. It's like he started rounding it up like you at a fire station or something. And God get to moving just because you have faith. He get to moving. That truck get out there and come wherever you at. And next thing you know, you are on the path to do the thing that you had in your heart.
Wow.
Like real talk. I done seen it. That's why I told you I'm proud of you. Because it seemed like you had a flip. And you just like, It's just like you understand what faith is going to do. You've seen what it's done with your coloring books. You've seen what it's doing with your podcast. You don't understand. I talked to somebody else about your podcast.
Wow.
Your podcast is, people are starting to talk about, like I told you, I was talking to her about Journey and oh Lord, I'm so proud of her too. I'm so proud of old Jern Burn. Super proud. The fact that she was able to articulate and sit with you and talk like that, I feel super old because this is my baby. She's the one who used to come in and say, Uncle Ma, I love you, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm so proud of what y'all doing because it's truthfully, it ain't a sea walk, it's a it's a faith walk.
It is.
You see what I'm saying? And I know what God does when people put faith in. So I'm so happy and proud of you on your journey because I know, listen, people think the stuff that happened in my life is like crazy. I don't look at it like that. I just look at it just like residual from what God has already told me. Mm-hmm. I don't look at it as some lofty thing. That's why I don't like try to set myself above nobody. Because this is just God just taking care of me the way he said he was. It's like you living in the house with a bunch of other kids and your dad make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You don't run around telling everybody, my daddy got me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, God.
Right? Because you know, as soon as the other siblings come in, the daddy gonna do what? Make them a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So when you understand that God just blesses everybody, he's blessing all of us, then you ain't got to be like, ooh, I got this and I got that. Ain't nobody above nobody else. Because it's God that give it all in the first place. So that's why when I see you getting your peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I'm like, guess what? I'm about to ask Daddy for mine. I'm hungry too.
When you, I think the shift happens when you realize you're trying to get a seat at everybody's table. And then you realize that you are the table.
You the table. That's it. You don't need, listen, you need other people. Don't get me wrong, but you don't need nobody else to achieve the things that you got to go do. Because God's going to give you the people that are associated with it. If you on a boat and you need people that know how to stir the boat, all you got to do is go in there and tell people, I'm trying to look for somebody to stir the boat. Somebody's going to step up. Mm-hmm. And the thing is you pray about it and hope that they God sent. And even if they not God sent, here's what's so funny. God sent Jesus with a group of people who all of them followed him wholeheartedly except one. Wow. So God could have not had Judas in the mix, but Judas also served a purpose. Because if he had not died, see, don't get me preaching, Candace.
I didn't do nothing.
If he had not died for me, I ain't even talking about nobody else. If he had not died for me and taken my sins away, then guess what? He couldn't have got up. You understand? So it's like, even in the midst of the stuff that you're doing, as long as you're moving in faith and staying about your Father's business, Candace, keep going. I'm not playing. I know you're not going to stop because I see you. You've been doing it too long. Now it became habitual, which is a great thing. And you don't think, listen, Journey, you know how powerful that is? Journey was on her mama's first podcast. And when this podcast blow up, they're going to say, who was your first guest? And Journey doing whatever miraculous and stupendous thing she's doing, she's going to be like, I was my mother's first guest.
Yes.
Right? It's like, yes, I was my mother. You know how successful my mama is? I was her first guest on the podcast. Mm-hmm. That's powerful. Like you planting seeds of can do. And go ahead. Let's go to your show. Keep your show going. Keep your show going. Keep it going.
All I keep hearing in my head is if you move, I move just like that. And
That's
I just
it.
feel like God will move when you move, but you gotta be in God though. You can't just do it by yourself.
Right.
And so, people laugh and we all make jokes about, shoot, Mark got them khaki shorts on and them sandals. Hey.
Same fit.
Hey.
It's my uniform.
Yeah.
Sandals, cargo, polo shirt, hat. That's my uniform.
Yep.
Because it make it easy for me. I ain't got to do nothing. I go in the store and they got them stacks of polos. I just pick one of every color. Then I go Go to the cargo shorts. I pick one of every color. Get the green ones, the black ones, the khaki ones, and I go and I leave. And it makes it so easy. I ain't worried about no clothes. I don't care about none of that. Listen, I got the baddest wife on the planet.
And do.
So it wasn't, who am I? If you don't think I'm cute, I don't care. Because I'm coming home getting smooches from the baddest.
Come on.
I'm just saying, what Jay-Z say, I got the baddest chick in the game wearing my chain. That's how I feel. So I'm not, listen, and plus it just, again, I don't really think about it. Like, it just makes it so easy for me. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do if I lose a whole lot of weight because I only shop at one place and they ain't got them size clothes. They don't got them size clothes. If I lose a whole lot of weight, I don't know where I'm going to get my polo. I got to get a whole nother supplier.
Like, all you got to do is just call your people over in China and they'll get you
facts.
together.
They would get me straight together.
Or call, your ladies in Africa that serve you for meals.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
But, they lucky I wasn't there. Okay. Because I would let them know. Fix her plate too.
That was funny.
Give her a drink too. Okay?
That was hilarious.
Because behind every good man there is a good woman.
Yeah. Not even behind. Beside. And look, and sometimes in front of. Let's not get it twisted. Like sometimes when you low, boy, she gotta drag you. That's why I don't understand these people. Look, I'm getting on with the old man tangent, but I don't understand these 50-50 people. It's really 100-0-0-100. That's what it is. Because people don't understand. Sometimes you ain't got it. And if you leave a man because he ain't got it, then really he ain't got you.
Period.
Like straight up. Like that's the part. Like it's when in marriage, you talking about 50. No, we just gonna handle what needs to get handled. What we talking about here?
And then everybody don't grow at the same speed.
Sometimes you got.
I don't see college in the future. I don't know what God has. But if I was to go back to school, just because I'm doing something doesn't mean that my husband has to go to college too.
No, right.
But what I do need from you is I need support. Like, oh, she in college. All right, I got you. Just like the podcast, I said, I need this. Oh, I don't have this. That's where he stood in.
You know what currency? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Because you're saying
that's with my spouse. Even if you don't always have to say it, him just saying, "Okay, I'm gonna get your podcast." I said, "Why'd you get that so quick?" He said, "I know you was gonna use it." So without the word, without saying it, saying, "I believe in you."
Yeah.
So if you have that partner that just believes in you. And sometimes they're silent because my husband, he can talk, but sometimes he's a few of words. But he's watching.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. He probably watching every episode crying. knowing my brother, he over there, he got it. No, but look, here's the thing, though, Candace. I was thinking about that while you were saying it. Everybody's so focused on currency, like getting so much money and making sure somebody's well off beforehand because they want to live such a soft life. And they don't realize the true soft life is with joy and peace. Like that's the currency.
If you don't have anything else,
peace. Because if you got joy and peace, you ain't got no money. Because I done been places, like I said, I've been around billionaires. I've been around multimillionaires. It's all the same. People are people. Like real talk, we sit here and worship people for the things that they have, when at the end of the day, some of them people wish they didn't have as much fame as they do. They wish they could.
On the same way, they pants on the same way.
Listen, some of these cats got to walk around with 4 or 5 security guards all the time. They can't walk in the grocery store. Like, I'm not trying to be on that. So at the end of the day, it's like, just love where you are. Once you find gratitude, because here's the thing, if you don't understand how to earn and learn, I should say, gratitude, that even when you get it, you're going to be miserable because you still going to want more. You got the best car. You remember when you asked for that car, you wanted that car. I got to have that car. I got the seats and the da-da-da-da-da and all these options, and give it 3 years. And you talking about, man, I need a new car. This car sucks. I don't know what this is doing. Look at but you literally sat there and said that was your dream car. So how all of a sudden it ain't your dream no more? How did something get shinier? How do you need something else? That's what happens in marriage. You wanted this man, you wanted this woman, I'm getting off old man tangents. I'm telling you, I done turned old, Candace.
Happens when my husband starts out a conversation with these young people.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all, you are old.
But it's the truth though, Candace. Like, I just wish people understood it's the little stuff. It ain't the money. It ain't the stuff. Like, having a joyous life, having amazing children, having that stuff is good for your soul. Like, listen, you see all this right here? That's what's so funny too. I asked for this. I told Sharice when I first met her, I said I always wanted all white, like my grandmother. I want everything white. They used to have, my grandmother, Mama Sue used to have the prettiest white hair. Dark skin and beautiful white hair. I'm like, man, I want that. So I guess I had to start early, right? But Kat said, Lamar, why don't you go on and dye that? Yeah. I'm like, for what? Why I want to look younger? I'm old. You gonna tell as soon as I start talking. You gonna tell. And I ain't really even that old, but it's just.
We are not. No.
But we've been married, Candace. We've been married for 1,000 years.
I mean, this year's 20 years of marriage.
That's 20 for y'all?
Yes, 20 years.
Yeah, you know I'm in 26.
I'm saying.
So 4 more years, I'll be at 30. 4.
Right.
Lord bless me to see it, I'll be at 30. Now imagine that. 30 years of marriage. That's so powerful.
It really is.
It's so, and it gets sweeter. I told, I've been talking to my son and them lately because my son and them, they coming back. But, I told him, I said, man, this is the best year of marriage. Last year was the best year of marriage I ever had.
Wow.
I mean, ever. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about best year ever. Me and Sharice are on some other plane right now. Like, period. Like, I'm talking about it's continuing on. It ain't like it just, the end of the year, well. No. Our marriage right now is on fire. I'm talking about in all ways.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I don't know. It's like what the song said, we got that old thing back. Like, I don't know what it is, but our marriage is like and the truth is, now that we both understand, it's the thing. Now we both understand each other and how we want to be treated, I can't see it going down. I can't see us having a bad, because we done already been through bad as far as what people think. Like most people would think losing all that stuff. We done been through bad. We done lost her mother, right? We done been through some tough stuff together, right? But it's like, so that ain't, how's that gonna shake us? I think we can lose it all and me and Sharice still be fine. Me and Sharice mess around and start breakdancing down at the bus station. I'm dead serious.
But I can see it though.
Exactly. She'll beatbox, I'll breakdance. And we'll have a box out there. We'll make some money and go get us a burger.
All right, Anthony Hamilton. All right.
I'm just saying.
We ain't gonna have no groceries. We can live on love alone.
Love alone. Listen, I'm dead. Listen what I'm telling you.
Cool. We cool? Okay.
I'm dead serious. That's how
you are. I
promise you that's how my marriage feels right now. And I'll tell anybody, it's the dopest time in marriage I've had but we grew to this. That's what I'm saying. We ain't new to this. We grew to this.
Mm-hmm. I had a friend say, she always would say, don't look back. I mean, she said, look back, but don't go back.
Right.
And when you look back, you're like, dang, you remember, so it's really important that, God, marriage, children, but always having that structure in life. No, nobody's perfect. No, things aren't always how they should be. But if you stick with God and you stick with each other, I think anything's possible.
Thanks.
So with that being said, this has been a powerful conversation. It has challenged you, encouraged you, and made you think differently, and that's on purpose. So remember, growing doesn't happen by accident. It's a mindset. The discipline and your decisions matter. Lamar, I really appreciate you coming on today, and this has been amazing, and I was so excited, and I'm still excited. But what I want to say is, if you could leave a word of anything you'd like to leave at the end of this, what would you say?
Tune in, to Candy J. Tune in at all times to Candy J. And also, just if you don't know God through his son, Jesus Christ, find Jesus. Find him, seek him. This thing that we talk about that's so sweet to us, he'll be sweet to you too. I'm just telling you. So go seek Jesus. If you want, hit me on Big Mar anywhere. I'll talk to you about Jesus all day. I'll talk to you about Bitcoin all day. I don't care. I'm an old man. I like to talk. All right. Well, thank you, Candace. This has been dope. Thank you.
It has. And again, my name is Candy J. Lamar calls me Candy.
Oh, Candy. I'm sorry. Candy J.
It's okay. You're my brother. You can do that. But again, my name is Candy J. Until next time, I want to say stay grounded, stay intentional, and live on purpose. And last but not least, please subscribe, follow, and share. Thank you.
Yes. Hit that button.
Hit it.